Now, the development and improvements in the realm of 3D printing have led to innovations in many realms of life. Now, one new and perhaps unexpected place we could find it is in food production. Here's the story.
Love steak, but hate hurting animals and the environment? 3D printed meat could be the answer to this delicious, yet difficult dilemma. While it sounds like something from the future, Israeli food tech company Meat Tech aims to make this a reality. And 3D printed cultivated steaks are much closer to being served up than one might think.
When we stumbled across this exciting company, it was a no-brainer for us to invest in. We're talking about production of real meat, animal protein, not substitutes. So you have a better protein, better quality, better taste, and you do it in a mass scale. And of course, you eliminate all the heavy imprint on the planet of all the cows.
As the global population grows, so does demand on the meat industry, an industry incredibly taxing on the environment.
Well, the challenges of the future to keep our planet inhabitable are food security, water availability, affordable energy. All these fields are addressed by Meat Tech.
Meat Tech aims to make its products as ethical as possible. Stem cells are collected from the umbilical cord of the cow after birth. The cells are then cultivated and multiplied into fat, muscle, and connective cells, and then formed into cell-based inks, which are 3D printed into the structure of the steak. The steak is placed in an incubator where the cells continue to mature and grow, and in a matter of weeks, a fully formed steak will be ready. The exponential nature of cell growth also means that a small initial sample of stem cells could multiply to produce a lot of meat.
We are essentially part of what you could almost call a movement. This is a movement to displace traditional agriculture in some ways and support it in others. And what is needed is technology that allows you to produce a sufficient quantity of protein, and that's cellular agriculture.
The first lab-grown hamburger was revealed by Dutch scientists in London in 2013. Today, globally, there are between 30 to 40 companies working in this field of cultivating meat products. A handful of them are located in Israel. So what sets Meat Tech apart from the competition?
There's a big difference between the experience of eating a steak and eating a burger. They're both very tasty and delicious, but the steak is something that people are willing to pay a little bit more for. It's a much harder challenge from the biology perspective because you have to print in ways that people haven't printed so far. And this is really the core of the technology that Meat Tech is focused on developing.
While the technology is still in the research and development stage, Meat Tech eyes factory-scale production, providing its technology to meat production companies.
We see them all pretty much investing in the plant-based proteins and also in the cell-based companies as well. Essentially, the meat industry here is looking at digital meat, in our case, as printing meat, as something that they do show an interest in and they're willing to consider investing in and see as part of the sort of things they'd be doing in the future. So those are the customers, and we see that this is an industry that is open to adaptation and change and innovation.
Culturing meat also has advantages in times of emergency, such as a pandemic. Equipment can be operated by fewer personnel, and if production needs to be halted altogether, cultivated cells can be frozen and reactivated at a later date, avoiding the killing of farm animals backlogged by closed processing plants. So, in the not-too-distant future, with 3D printed meat technology, you will be able to have your steak and eat it too.